So this is our stream PC and our stream setup where we use HP gaming tower. That's our PC. You can see it down here. And the main software that we use for streaming, that's vMix. And we bought it for the 1080 license one. And for us to get our signal, normally we have a capture card down there, our Energy, which converts our signal from SDI to USB. So in order for us to get a signal, we just pick it, and as per our previous audio setup, we have to pick audio via that virtual sound card, so that you can be able to get the audio from out there. As you can see from our routing, it comes from the audio PC to the stream PC, where it gets the left, right, and it has a backup also left, right in case the 1, 2 fails. You can use 3, 4. And in case all of those fail, we normally use our Presonus audio box here to get the audio from the mixer. Yeah. So basically, we love the vMix because it enables us to multi-stream to more than one destination. And for us, normally we use it to multicast it to our Facebook and YouTube. And in our Facebook page, for now we are streaming at 720, and for YouTube, they're doing it at 1080. Yeah. And we have the privilege of enjoying a good internet speed, which enables us to do that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So whenever we stream, we have the secondary PC that enables us to monitor what our online audience are seeing, what they are commenting, and if they have any challenges on their end, we can see it and try to help them fix it, so that they can have an easy time watching the services wherever they are. For the video source or the stream, it usually comes to our TriCaster, and this is where I want you to meet my team member called Janice, who will take us through.
Janice looks very ambushed. Janice wasn't prepared.
Wow!
We didn't prep you for this. We didn't prep you for this.
No, I don't even know what you're doing. So yeah, I'm going to take it from Brian, where he said we release the signal which we use for streaming. So I'm going to take you on how we use the TriCaster. So I've opened it up. So we have the DCIU. This is the place we use for recording and also streaming. The frame rate that we use for recording is 1080-65. So I'm going to open it up. Then I'm going to start production.
As it's loading, probably I can ask you.
Oh, thank you.
Why do you use the interlacing instead of progressive? Because you've said 60 high instead of 60p.
Why do you use that? My God. Is it for standard?
So on our end, we found that one of our cameras doesn't support 1080p. Since we needed all our signals too much, it forced us to go to 1080i. So yeah, she can go on. I'll just start on the other things that come up.
Okay, so now that our TriCaster has opened up, so this is how our interface looks like. So we have camera 1 over here. Camera 1, we get signal from the camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, and camera 4. Our TriCaster can be able to just get signals from 4 cameras. We can't get from more than that. Then so it's not on right now. Then we also have net 1 and net 2. Net 1 we receive. It's for receiving from other computers which are in the system, which are in the same network. So if the computer where Brian is working has information mostly about the timer or about the scripture, we receive it through the net 1 and net 2. So I can...
So like using ProPresenter or...
Yes. So when we use ProPresenter in our... But as we use Easy Worship to get songs and to also get the scriptures. So this is how we get it on the TriCaster. So I think Brian is going to send... Let me disconnect.
So on my end, as we are connecting, we normally use NDI to enable us to send the signal to the TriCaster, since it has limited SDA inputs
Yeah.
and HDMI inputs. So for extra channels, we normally use NDI. And the two computers, as Janice was saying, the net one, net two, we use one network input for timer purposes. That's the secondary use for the laptop. So it will run timer, and for me to run timer, I use for TriCaster. It has two softwares. You can use the NDI application kit, or we can use a subdivision of NDI, which is called IVGA Pro. So when you open IVGA Pro, it will show you it will detect if there's a presence of TriCaster. If there isn't, it will just tell you none. But if there's one, it will give you the inputs which are available. In our case, there are two inputs. So number one is usually assigned to me, and then number two is usually assigned to the person who's doing lyrics and projection. Like for now, I want to select which screen am I going to project, which is usually on secondary screen, and I set it. If I want to hide the most cases on our display port, I'll hide it. And if I want to ensure that no audio is going on that side, I'll also disable it. And when I send it, you can come and see on the TriCaster that the signal is already.
Yeah.
And for our timing purposes, we usually use a software called T-Timer, which there are two. There's one that enables us get the real time. I can just drag and you can see on your end that enables us get the time there. And there's the one which usually gives us the countdown timer. So depending on what the program for the Sunday looks like, in most cases our worship session for the service takes around 40 minutes. So we have to give them a time of 40 minutes so that they can gauge on how they are doing the songs.
Yeah.
It's not a must they keep 40 minutes, so they can just allow people to worship in truth. Even for sermons, give the process around 15 minutes so that they can start gauging instead of keeping people along, and enable us to have our services end on time and start on time. Yeah, that's the basic part of the time on our end. And in case there's an urgent message that we need to communicate to the person who is giving announcements there, which were forgotten, or we need to give an instruction. This software also allows us to send special messages. For example, like I can tell the guitar person like his guitar is off, or his DI, I can just say his DI has to be grounded. Then it will send, and as you can see there, the message is being displayed. So we have two screens up there. I will show you later on. That enables us to see the timer and also see the final output, because we realized sometime back when we were doing streaming, we usually found the worship leader off guard, because when he was like, praise the Lord, he doesn't know which camera to face. So that enables them to kill them when they're in their thing. We can go back to Zanis to explain to us more about TriCaster.
Tell us more about TriCaster.
Okay. So the first input, the net one, that's equal to Brian. That one is for Brian, the first input. Then the second input, that's the scripture and the song one. So we don't currently have signal, but wherever we put it up, we can overlay it with the camera that we have. So whenever I receive camera, like a signal from the first camera, I can overlay it through V1. It's an option here. So I will have the signal from the camera, and also I'll have the signal from the song. So that's how we usually overlay the songs during the service, and also for production and streaming. So for V1, we've overlaid camera 1 with net 2. That means we've overlaid the first camera with net 2, that's the scripture and also the song, the lyrics. For V2, we have overlaid camera 2 with net 2. V3, camera 3 with net. So with the net 2. We currently just use 3 cameras for production. So we just use the V1, V2, and V3. For the other ones, we use at times when we have graphics, that's the time we use it for. V4, V5, V6, we are yet to fully utilize it as a church. So for the other options here, let's go to DDR1. DDR1 here is a place where we put motion graphics. Motion graphics, which have been edited, pre-edited. We load it through the system here. So we come here. There's a plus over here. We load. So whenever we have different different graphics that we need to upload. We just come here and we have the different graphics, like the introduction to our service. We have the outro of our services. Yeah, so these ones we upload them through do the DDR. So which enables us to come here during service. We can start with our intro, and it enables us to start the service. Yeah, we don't really have to have an external place of putting the external and all that. So we just come over here, we start the service through the DDR1 with the graphics which have been created prior. So yes.
Awesome.
So to assist on what Jan is saying, the logos, we have kind of kept our communication. Now people, let's say before the service starts, you can see the logo running, they don't know that we are not on air. But when they see the cameras are coming, they'll know you're on air and you are live. So don't be like that. We haven't found that system of putting a countdown yet. Because so sometimes we might start early than usual. So we just decided to just use the logo when we are all ready on our both sides, both the worship part and the tech part. Because things usually happen last minute when you don't expect them. So when they do happen, we just rely on the logo. They can keep on singing and they know that we are not on air, and it enables them to. It's kind of
part of communication. It's
speaking.
our way of communication as a team over here and the team in front. So
we don't have a person saying stop. And now we are good.
So we have two DDR options. We have DDR1 and DDR2. So they are basically both just for motion graphics. For now, because DDR1 has also compartments, like both DDRs have compartments where we can have DDR1, the first compartment where we can fill it with motion graphics. We have like the second compartment. So for now, as a church, we just use the DDR1. We don't use DDR2 mostly. We don't use it DDR2. So we have this is the graphics. The graphics. So the graphics, they enable us to put still graphics. So we come here, we load the still graphics that we have pre-created also, which are supposed to be used during service or during announcements. We put it in the graphics place. Then during service, we can upload. Let me put one for us to see. We don't have it. Can put this on. So that's the graphics. Then during service we can upload it up.
And as another thing also is that Tricasters to play in-house announcements, which also go on live, and also messages when we pre-record them. And for that, we also use the DDR, which has several banks, which are there. And so, for example, in bank 3, that's where the last week's announcements were. And it can enable us to preview the announcements before we play by her just scrolling, and we will see it down there. And whenever we are ready, we can just go live, and everyone will see it. And for more specification, we're using TriCaster 460. It's a bit old. We got it mid-2015, but we didn't have the capabilities, so we had to undergo training for it to be used fully. Just for SDI inputs, as she said, and 2 SDI outputs and 1 HDMI output. We try to avoid HDMI outputs because sometime back HDMI were causing a lot of things to burn. When you do any complicated setups. So the SDI is the one which we use to send. One SDI is the one which we use to send our file to the stream. The other one we split it via what's this device called Aja. It's a company that produces SDI splitters, which enables us to send one signal to our VM, the processor for the LEDs. It also enables us to send the signal to our monitor screen up there, and also to our creches.
Wow.
And also it also enables us to send signal to the tent how overfloated. Yes. Yeah.
And I know, especially like that's a better idea, because if you're using HDMI, also you'd have latency issues and signal loss.
Yes, we found SDI to be more stable rather than HDMI. And as much as people say it's expensive, we found that at least we spend it and forget it rather than repair things once in a while. She can also show us on how we overlay our, let's say, graphics for type giving for, that's one thing she had left out.
That's another part. So we have buffers, an option here called buffers. So in our buffers, we have buffer 1 and buffer 2. Those are our main buffers that we use. So in buffer 1, it has compartments. In the first one, we've put the overlay logo. Then we put black for us to clearly see it. So this is the logo we put in our buffer 1. So we can change. Buffer 1 compartment 1 has the top logo. The second compartment has the lower third for text, and also the WhatsApp numbers, and also our lower logo. Those are the ones you put in buffer 1. In buffer 2, let me remove buffer 1. In buffer 2, that's for our tithes and offering. The first compartment has tithes and offering. The second compartment has our food bank and the different payments. There's also the ABSA bank payments, the different payments that we have as a church are placed in the different compartments in the buffer 2. So it's easier for us to, even when I am coming in as much as I was not the one who kept like the lower third in there, I can come and I will like realize and I will know this is the thing that we use. Like it's not like so foreign. So these are the basic things that we use for our payments. For us to effectively communicate with the people in the different cameras, as you said, we have 3 main cameras as per now. So we have talkbacks. This is the one that we use. This is the one that the person who is on the camera has. So he has an option of talking back to the director, and also listening to me, and also communicating to the other camera people. And the person who is seated behind here as the director has the main talkback. So I have an option of talking to everyone who is in the different cameras, and also I have an option of muting them if they're not like there's noise. Let me say at times there's noise. Somebody has left the talkback open. I have an option of muting, reducing the volume and all that. And also over here, I can be able to see the percentage of the battery. So if the person on the camera, the person is just focused on shooting and all that, so I can see the percentage of the battery, and if it's low, I go and change the battery, or I give the person a new talkback for us to recharge. So our TriCaster enables us to not only stream and give feedback. We can not like the feedback for streaming. We can also record. So we have an option over here for recording. It's also found up here. So during production, you just press the. This is the time. This thing is not working. Yeah. Oh my god. So we have the option of recording also here on the screen. So when we start recording, we know the number of minutes, number of hours the person who is preaching, the person who is singing has used. So even it can be easier for us to plan on how to do the post-production editing, and also just where to upload our content and all that. So we do the recording over here. We use the resolution of 1080i. That's the highest. So for the best output, like for the best quality of the video, that's the best we've chosen as a church. So we use the 1080i to record. So anything that goes out, we have an option at times to just take it down, record edit the video that we have recorded over here, and re-upload it later on. So and also we have an option of taking the photos of whatever is on the screen. So if that's what's on the screen, we can grab, and that it has taken a photo of that. So it's an option. It's another option. We don't really utilize most of these. Next to it, we have like the stream part, but that's because we do the output from the TriCaster to where Brian was saying. We don't use the stream part because that's another department which does the streaming and social media.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome.
Thank
Okay.
Lights.
Lights.
Oh God. Okay. So, okay.
So in terms of lights, we usually use Chauvet OB4 controller to regulate. We have 3 spotlights up there that enable us to monitor our stage. And as she's demonstrating, this is how, like, for example, we regulate the light on our stage, and it enables our camera people to have easier time when controlling it.
Is she the one, for example, if she's doing the TriCaster, she's the one who will also
Yeah.
be doing the lighting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it said,
Yeah. Oh, because I'm the one who's seeing the signal,
Yeah.
like the type of signal that is coming from the camera. So I adjust the light depending on how maybe the time is. And in the morning, you like the light is lower because of maybe the sun. As the day progresses, you increase the light. I adjust the light as the person who is on the camera does the all ISO and all that. I also do the lighting over here.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. As she has said, normally the sun, when it's rising, it usually shines on the stage.
Yeah.
So sometimes we found it that this was a challenge of balancing the light.
Yeah.
But when we got this adjustable lights, it made our work a bit easier.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And a quick question about the cameras. Which cameras do you guys use?
So we have 3 cameras. As she said earlier, we have 2 Sony NX 8A and 1 Sony X-Cam. I'm trying to remember the model. And for wireless, the third camera is actually a roaming camera, and we use Holy Mass 400 wireless transmitters to enable us with the signal. Yeah. So basically that's all about the camera work.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you for watching Worship Tech Tour. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider supporting the channel on Patreon, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth worship tech explorations. Until next time, see you later.